What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and thank you so much for tuning in. So we are here with our Sword Art Online episode 12, World of the Underworld, Ray of Light. Now this episode definitely adds a little bit of a spice, and I think it's like a big step up from the last two episodes, because if you notice my last two reviews, I wasn't really too happy with episode 10 or 11, but with 12 they kind of like continue things in a proper standpoint of where the world of the underworld should be at, and that is this crazy war that's going on now. If you pay attention to episode 11, pretty much Gabrielle sent out a notice for US, like online players to participate in a beta test for a PvP, which is player killing, event for a beta test for a new game. So they pretty much had a good 100k of people who registered for it. Now think about like 50k dropped down on the battlefield, so that was really crazy. And when they dropped down on the battlefield, they just start murdering people on site, even people from the Dark Empire. So the Night Empire and the Dark Territory were just getting destroyed by them. Now Asuna did use her earthquake abilities to kind of like fissure dividers into it, but they were still experiencing loss. So that's when the monk army of the Dark Territory and the Empire Knights pretty much formed pretty much like I'm gonna call it a tier 1 alliance, because the alliance not really saying that they amongst like friends, but they got a common goal. And then not only like they got a common goal to where it's like they're used to fight off the Red Knights. Now for what the champion monk, pretty much he explained that even though that they got this alliance, if they cannot defy the Emperor. If the Emperor ordered them to fight the Empire of Knights again, then they will have to obey. But until he makes their call, they can still work to kind of like get these player killers out the way. So that's the kind of like relationship they have, and that's why I say it's kind of like a tier 1 kind of thing. It's like the enemy of my enemy is my ally, common ground. So with that being said, now Alice, she was trying to get at an advantage point so she can use her knight ability to kind of like decimate the battlefield. But in the midst of that, Gabrielle, which is like the emperor of the Dark Territory, he was able to grab her, knock her out cold, and he's trying to make it to the World End's altar, because that's their goal, and that's the goal for this agency in the world is to capture Alice so that they can take the artificial intelligence and make an artificial intelligence weapon. So with that being said, Alice and a few of the knights is rushing to try to rescue Alice, or at least try to rescue her, and they take advantage of the World End's altar. But in the midst of this, in the real world, Reef was able to send another 20,000 troops down. And when they did that, a special appearance by Shino, she was able to kind of like definitely help them out by shooting some crazy splitting energy arrow, and was able to kind of like decimate partial of the battlefield, but definitely come to the aid of Asuna, because Asuna, she's kind of slacking right now. And the only reason I'm saying that's because she's starting to feel the side effects of her world earthquake. Remember when they said when she entered the world, she's able to use it like twice before she starts feeling headaches, so she got to give herself some time to like cool down and kind of like feel like give her some sort of restoration and doing so. And when she did that, she used it again, and then she started feeling the AIs that's losing their life in there, and started going a little bit crazy, slipping on some blood that's on the field, and end up getting her arm cut off. Well, and then later she was able to restore her arm, all that good jazz. If she was able to do that, why my man's Kirito is still walking around with one arm? Come on, man, like for real. But nevertheless, the episode definitely added some insights on exactly what's going on. Like if you notice, Gabrielle's right hand man ended up getting eliminated because he went through a boundless pit, but now he's planning on using his own account to log into the game with, well, not into the game, but into the Underworld with. So we have yet to see him enter back in there, but I'm pretty sure it's going to put him on par with the Knights. And that's where we're going to get that little preview of him in the first night fight. And hopefully that will be, I would love to see that. And also, with them slowing down the time, because now they had it on par with the human time, but now they even slowing it down even more, like to the point to where Gabrielle should have enough time to do so, and they slowed it down to 1:0:0:0, a ratio 1. So that's slowing time down about almost 20-fold. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. But nevertheless, this episode definitely added some insights on what's going on. They got to rush to get Alice. They have more soldiers coming down. They got allies coming in. I don't know how many as it, because you still have the other party that's still convincing the people from the elf world to kind of like come in and give them assistance. Because right now, with the enemy getting surprised, they get surprise attacks, but it's not really doing nothing to the sheer numbers of the dark territory. Because in due time, even though that the time is good for the US, there's still more and more people that's registering. They have their first wave, their second wave, they might have a third or a fourth. We never know. So things are kind of getting lit in Sword Art Online World of Underworld. So yeah, good episode. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this review of episode 12. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification boost so you can get all my uploads. And I do live stream games and discussion videos too. So don't just think I do anime reviews just because you see it. But I do my game reviews. Right now, the current game that I'm playing is Horizon Zero Dawn, so definitely check that out. Also, leave a comment in the below. How did you think about this episode? Did you think this was definitely a big step up from the last 2 episodes? Just let me know in the comments below. Other than that, AshTheMan is out. Peace.